Hi everyone, I'm Grahita. I would like to share with you about the Logistic Orchestrator. The way we do business in comparison to 10 or 20 years ago is completely different. Because of the rapid change of technology, the behavior of our end customers is totally different. This also have impact for our customers because they change the way they do business. In the old days, normally purchasing happens physically, right? So there's somebody going to the shops or dealers, getting the goods from the same location. This goods is coming from a warehouse or from suppliers. When the internet came, the transactions of the purchasing process can be done also online, using web shop for individual. As for example, you order something online and you get your goods coming from the warehouse. For the B2B, it's also a similar concept, maybe not using web shop, but the B2B communicate and sending the order from the ERP system and the ERP arranging the delivery of the product from a warehouse. All of this multiple channel is basically standalone and cannot interfere with each other. Many companies are still doing like this because it gives them option for the end customer to choose what kind of channels they want to use. However, this setup has some drawbacks. The first one is inflexibility. Why? Because if you order something from the shops, you only be able to be fulfilled from the shops. The second one is the lead time. For example, if you order something in the internet and then the warehouse needs 5 days until it gets to your place and then you need it for 1 day, what can you do? You cannot go to the shop, you cannot go to the different warehouse because it's not available for you. And the last one is inavailability. Just imagine you're running a machine, the machine breaks down, and you need to have a spare parts immediately. So, and then you go to the dealers, and the dealers somehow, for whatever reason, doesn't have your spare parts, and then you have to wait for replenishment in the next couple of days. You can imagine how much money you potentially burn because of a machine down and you cannot continue your productions. So, these days, this situation cannot happen. When you order something from the shops, you need to have the possibilities, if the shops doesn't have the items that you desired, that you have the possibilities that the people in the shop can tell you that the item you're looking for is available in different shops. Or it's also available in your distribution center and can be sent directly to you with the courier, for example. Or you can choose whenever you want to pick it up. But for example, if you order something in the internet, and then you know on the next day, you will be in a different city. If you are here standing in Essen, for example, and then tomorrow you will be in Milan, you can also have the possibilities to pick it up in Milan. So, from the internet, going to the shop. And the one I told you before, from the shops to different shops, or to the warehouse, or from dealers to different warehouse, and so on and so on. And then, if your machine breaks down, as in my previous example, you need to have the possibilities that you can get your machine, doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter whether it's actually being fulfilled by the shops, doesn't matter whether it's actually fulfilled by the warehouse. So, this kind of options is actually happen within the supply chain. So instead of doing a multi-channel, you're doing an omni-channel. As you can see here, the line is actually overlapping each other, and then the functions or the logics is actually diverse from one case to another, which is actually great. It's increased the customer satisfactions. But what is the challenge? You can imagine how much manual effort is needed if you don't have the solutions in place. And this is basically where the Logistic Orchestrator coming into play. There are three elements in Logistic Orchestrator. The first one is distributed order management. So, as a distributed order management, the Logistic Orchestrator capturing every single order from any possible order intake, from the shops, from the dealers, from internet, and also from multiple ERP systems, consolidated together into one platform, and then channel it to the best fulfillment options. So, at the same time, you also connect all of your fulfillment options, giving you a full visibility of what's happened on the level of inventory of your network. The second element of the Logistic Orchestrator is the business rules. So, to ensure that the Logistic Orchestrator allows you to give you the best possible options for the fulfillment, we need to put a logic. So we built a predefined logic and processes using our capabilities in supply chain to help you with that. So we define, for example, order from shops can be also fulfilled by the warehouse. We can also define order from internet can be connected, also be fulfilled with the shops, and so on, and so on. This processes is pre-built as a template which you can utilize or not depending on your logic, and it can also be adjusted based on your requirements. And the third component of Logistic Orchestrator is the integration with our Schenker production system. So Logistic Orchestrator here is already connected to our warehouse management system, so there is no need for an extra effort for integrations. It also connected directly with our transport management system. It means that when we receive the order, it's not only we can generate the order to fulfill by the warehouse or different shops, we can also directly generate a transport booking. And on top of it, you can directly connect your shops, your forward stock locations, your dealers into Logistic Orchestrators, providing you a full visibility from the order and also from the inventory perspective. So, this is the whole setup of Logistic Orchestrator. But where does it applicable, right? So, as you can see here, this omni-channel setup is obviously applicable for the retail industries. Is it only for retails? No, it is also applicable for industrial spare parts, also applicable for aerospace, also applicable for healthcare or even electronics. That is what the Logistic Orchestrator is about. Not only provide you logistics services, but orchestrate the whole supply chain.